Hi students, in this video I try to explain how to design a spur gear. So first of all we need to write the design steps of a spur gear. For that first step is the material selection. So we need to select a suitable material. If that question is already given which material, then we don't go for any other material. But if the question is blank, or they are not given any particular material, then we can select a suitable material from our data book table 12.7. So our design of spur gear or design of gear includes the chapter 12 in our data book by Mahadevan. So you take the data book and please read all the contents in the table 12.7. Then you can identify how to take different material, and according to that different material we can take the value of tensile stress also and also Brinell hardness number. Then after that we can identify the weaker part. So if the material that is already given here, that is if the material used for both pinion and gear is same, then pinion is weaker. We need to design any particular gear. That means for a gear drive we need two gears. One is smaller one and other one is bigger one. Generally the driver is known as the pinion, or the smaller is pinion, and the bigger one is the wheel, or it is generally known as gear. So we need to identify which we have to design, if it is a gear or if it is pinion. And it is specially given that if the material used for both pinion and gear are same, which means the material, if it is cast iron, then both gear and pinion are cast iron, then we need to design pinion only. Okay, no need to design gear. Likewise, we have to identify which part is designed. So that is the first step. Then next one, if the material, that is if the material used for both pinion and gear are different, that is so that shows if one material, that is the material for the pinion is cast iron, and another material for material for gear and pinion, if both are different, one is bronze or another one is cast iron or another one is steel, likewise we can take any different material, or carbon contents are different, likewise we can take different materials. So according to that different material, then we have to calculate the strength factor. Strength factor is taken as sigma d into y. So it is important. In a problem I can show how to take the value of sigma d into y, that is strength factor. So first you have to take the value of strength factor. Using this strength factor we have to determine the weaker part. So which one is lesser in this value, sigma d into y, that means the strength factor. If it is gear or pinion, if it is gear we can take the design for a gear only, or if it is pinion we can take the design for a pinion only. Then the final, after the conclusion of first step, we can conclude that design is based on a weaker part. Okay. Step 2 belongs to calculate the value of module. That is we use that value as m, and these equations is we can collect from our data book 12.16, equation number 12.16. The details of module is given. So using our data book we can find all these values. All these equations are already in our data book. So don't go for any by hearting, or detailed study is not required. So just study or just identify where it is, or in our data book we should know from which area all these equations are taken. And if the diameter is known, we can use this equation, and if the diameter is unknown we can use this equation. So the case A and B we can use for according to the diameter, and according to the diameter is known or unknown. And the third step, that is third section, that is the C, check for sigma d in both cases. The value of sigma d, that is a important thing. If it is larger, that is the fourth step they are already given. If sigma d is greater than the permissible value, then the design fails. So we go for a lesser value. That is, hence the adopt or change the module according and repeat step 2c. Step 2c means check for sigma d value. In our problem, I can show how to take the value of sigma d. And next one, third step, calculate the dynamic load. And the fourth one, calculate the endurance limit, that is sigma n. Here, for a safe design, the sigma endurance, F endurance, or we can write it as a Fn. If Fn is greater than Fd, then the design is safe. Otherwise, we go for safer design, or we have to recalculate all the values. So first we can check for the safe design if endurance limit, that is Fn. If Fn is greater than Fd, then our design calculations are safe. If it is not, if it is less than, that is sigma Fn is less than Fd, then we have to recalculate all the values. Then fifth step, calculate the wear load. We write it as a Fw, wear load. Again, for a safe design, Fw is greater than Fd. Then they write already given us, if Fw is less than Fd, then equate Fw is equal to Fd. While do our problems, we can calculate, or we can identify how these problems will work. And using table, you can take the value. So here d1, d, q, k. K is a unknown parameter. It is a empirical value. We have a one value. Or from this table, we can take that value. Then design alterations this I will teach after the problem discussion. So first we can discuss a problem. You can write it in your book, and we can solve using calculator and a data book. I can read, first of all I can read the question. A pair of straight teeth per gear is to transmit 20 kilowatt when the pinion rotates at 300 rpm. The velocity ratio is 3.1. 3:1. The allowable static stress for pinion and gear material are 120 megapascal and 100 megapascal respectively. The pinion has 15 teeth and its face width is 10 times the module. So they are not giving the actual value of face width. They given that value according to the module, that is 10 times the module. So while read these questions, we can identify how the face width connected. And the tooth form factor, that is the value of y, that is these values already given. If it is not given, we can take it from our data book, because the tooth form factor is common value, and we can take it according to the number of teeth from our data book according to that different types of gear. And again, velocity factor CV, this also they are given, but no need to expect in our question because it is already in our data book. And they are given that the velocity v is in meter per second. According to these conditions, you have to determine module, face width, and pitch circle diameter, that is PCD of gear, from the standpoint of strength only. Okay, so this is our question, and from this question we can identify what are the given data. The question given that it is a pair of straight teeth per gear, so we need to design for a spur gear. That is the first identification, which gear we have to design. Okay, so first one is spur gear. Then the power is given, that is 20 kilowatt. We denote this 20 kilowatt as P, capital P. Here it is shown, that is the power P is 20 kilowatt. Okay, and the speed of the pinion, they already explained the speed of the pinion, and that is we can write as NP. NP stands for pinion, or we can write it as a N1. Whatever it is, identify pinion and gear. So the value of NP or N1, that is equal to 300 RPM. Then the velocity ratio. We already studied the velocity ratio, speed ratio, etc. in our previous gear section. So that value is given. That value is given. That is I is equal to 3:1. Okay, from that equation we can find the speed of the gear. And next, the strength allowable static stress is given, that is sigma dp, or we can denote it as sigma d1. Again, 1 stands for pinion, so sigma d for a pinion is 120 megapascal, and sigma d2, or it is the sigma d of gear, that is 100 megapascal. Then the number of teeth is given. Number of teeth of pinion is write as a zp or z1. Okay, so that value is 15. Then phase width, that is equal to b is equal to 10 module. It is not meter or unit. In the question they already included. That is the phase width is where it is. The phase width is 10 times the module. That is, what is the value of module? 1 into 10. That is the value of phase width. And y is the form factor, tooth form factor, and CV is the velocity factor. They are already given these values. So these are the given data. So first of all, after reading that question, identify what are the parameters they are given. Okay, then after that we need to write the design step, as I already discussed in the early. You can write all the design steps first. After that we can solve that problem. Okay, generally we know that the I is equal to, what is that I? That I is equal to S, or using that equation, speed ratio or velocity ratio, using that sigma ZG stands for the number of teeth. So number of teeth, the ratio of number of teeth is also inversely proportional to the speed ratio or velocity ratio. According to that equation, we can find the value of number of gear, teeth on gear, that is ZG. ZG is equal to 45. Then step, according to that step we can identify first one, which one is weaker part. As I already discussed in this step section or design procedure section, first of all we need to find the value, why you need to find the weaker part. Here it is, here we can find out the weaker part. Then in our data book, or in this question, this value y, the tooth form factor value is given in our question, but you take your data book and identify where the value of y will come. Okay, from your data book you can take any tooth form factor, but in this case they are given directly what is the value of y. Okay, then first of all we need to calculate sigma d into y, that I discussed in the design procedure step. So for that, sigma d is a given value, sigma d1 and sigma d2, that we already write. And next we need to calculate the value of y. Okay, so using this equation, that is the according to number of teeth, the value of y will vary. So you can find the value of yp. Again, p stands for pinion. Using this equation you can find the value of yp, and again you can find the value of yg. Then the strength factor, that is for a pinion and for a gear, you can find the value of strength factor, sigma d into y. Also sigma d into y for a gear. So thus you will get two values. One is 11.18 megapascal and another one is 13.37 megapascal. As I discussed in the design procedure, we need to design the weaker part. Here the pinion is the weaker part. We can identify that the value of sigma d into y, that is 11.18 megapascal, that is lesser than 13.37, that is the design, that is the value of a gear. So first step, the conclusion of this first step is the design is based on a pinion only. Okay, then to find the module, next step we can find the module using the table equation number 12.16. you can take this value, and using these equations, that is using these notations, you can identify, or you can take the value from your data itself and you can solve it. And in our case the value of k is equal to b by m, that is equal to 10. Okay, that is a phase width b by m, and form factor y is already pi into yp. This form factor is a capital Y, and the yp that we already calculated in this step 1, that is into pi. So This equation is also in table equation 12.16. So using these equations we can find k, y and v. Next, what is v? V is the velocity, that is pi dn by 60. Here the value of d we can calculate using that module. We know that module is the ratio of number of teeth and is the ratio of number of teeth and the diameter. Using that equation we can find the value of d. Okay, so here the m will come, and now here also, that is the phase width also, m stands for module. Okay, then you can use the CV as a 3 divided by 3 plus 7. It is also given in our data, in our question. So here also the value of v is in terms of m, 0.235 into m. Here also that is 3 divided by 3 plus 0.235 into m. The next one is the power p is equal to 2 pi n mt divided by 60. Here mt we have to calculate from this equation. Power is already given in our question, so you can find the value of mt. Then we get all these values. Then using these all values we can find the value of module. I think you can use your calculator and find all these values. Then you will get the module as 8 mm. The actual value you will get that equation as m cube minus 18.92 m minus 241.59 is equal to 0. Then solving that equation you will get the value of m is equal to 7.23. I think this equation you can directly calculate it from your scientific calculator. Don't go for any other methods. You directly solve in your calculator and find the value of m. That is better. Otherwise it will take a lot of time. So please avoid the time waste. Just use your calculator, scientific calculator, and study how to calculate, how to solve this equation. And the value of 7.23 is not actual or standard value. So we go for a standard value, that is 8 mm. Then next one we have to find the phase width. Again we know that phase width is equal to b is equal to 10 into h. H is the module. Okay, using that equation you can find the value of phase width. Then pitch circle diameter, we know that m is equal to d divided by z. And in our data table, that is the first table that I discussed in the previous video. Using that table, using that first table, that is 12.1. Using the table, you can find all other values, that PCD of gear and PCD of pinion, etc. I think you can solve this question as I discussed. Okay, thank you.